What's up, y'all? So, I got free hands here. It's gonna be a little easier. I was just gonna show you guys. Now, I steer people away from customs all the time, and there's a reason for it. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. I just had an issue here. I'm just gonna explain what it is and kind of what this basically does. Now, see this is a BDL open belt drive, 3-inch. This piece right here is an external bearing support. And there's a piece right here that mounts onto the clutch hub. And use these countersunk Allens, and it mounts directly to the hub. And it's got a piece down here machined into it that runs in a bearing. And what it does is, the main thing on these Evo motors is they run opposite of, well, the motor and the transmission are completely separate. So any torsion that you get in the motor, the transmission, it has a real negative effect on the primary. So essentially what this is trying to do is box in your primary. So you have an outside support and an inner support. And it does make a significant difference. I mean, I've ran without one and had oil leaking horribly out of the main seal, and put one on, run the same transmission, same oil, everything, and not had a single problem with the leak. So that just goes to show you how much torsion that transmission shaft is under if you don't have something like an external bearing support. Now, one thing you're gonna have to learn, you gotta use a lot of red Loctite, and especially if you got, this is a 113, it's a rigid. I'll seriously go through a tube of gel, close to a tube of gel, putting this on. Transmission shaft, output shaft, I cover everything with red Loctite. And you just get the idea of what needs to be. You don't wanna be red Loctite in these guys, but you wanna make sure they don't fall out. So, you guys can't really see. I'm moving up. I got like this $5 stand right here. Okay. So these are just 1/4-inch Allens right here. And there's 4 studs that mount to the inner back plate here that this mounts to. Now this is gonna fall off of it. Okay, so here's what the assembly looks like. So this is the inner bearing piece. Now, this has been worn down over time, and so I had to basically make a sleeve to make this work. But this is the inner bearing. This is the piece that basically runs in the inner bearing. So that interlocks and basically puts all the torque back into the back plate. Now, the issue that I had today is I walked up, I saw one of these little countersunk Allens. Just from the amount of vibration put on this outer perimeter, I lost all of them, and you couldn't really tell. I heard it clanging when I was starting. So anyway, it's kind of the nature of the beast with these customs, you know? They're an awesome experience, like riding a rigid, riding something you built, it's pretty awesome, but at the same time, you gotta understand that a lot of hours go in to just being able to go out there and have a nice Saturday ride. You gotta put the time in, you gotta put the work in. So anyway, hope that helped explain something on that BDL. And overall, a very good belt drive. I've got probably almost 75,000 on this thing. And this is the same belt drive. A couple clutches, a couple hubs. Anyway, talk to you guys later.